With her recent re-election to the Palm Springs City Council, Christy Holstege is poised to become the nation's first out bisexual mayor in the nation, as well as the city's first female mayor. I spoke with Holstege today about her plans for the future of Palm Springs. Christy, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
First off, you are poised to not only become the first female mayor in Palm Springs, but also the first openly bisexual mayor in the entire nation. What are your thoughts on that?
You know, we did not expect that, but I think it's an important historic first for our community. Palm Springs keeps having these firsts, the first all LGBTQ city council in the country, and now this. So I think it belongs to the voters who, vote to, regardless of identity, pick good candidates to represent them and also to represent Palm Springs values.
Looking back, this was a pretty contentious race for District 4. What do you make of all of it?
You know, it was a really contentious race, and it's disappointing that it got so dirty and there were personal attacks, sexist attacks, homophobic attacks. So I think that this shows that Palm Springs voters, by and large, hugely, denounce those types of tactics. They don't want those types of campaigns. They want positive campaigns that talk about the issues and talk about the future of Palm Springs. This is a difficult moment for our city. We need good leadership to get us through these crises that we face, and that's what Palm Springs voters decided to do.
What do you plan to do as mayor of Palm Springs, and what can residents expect?
I think what we campaigned on and what we heard time and time again from voters, because we contacted thousands of voters, we hosted 12 Zoom parties with all the different neighborhoods and invited people to share their issues, and it's keeping Palm Springs safe through the pandemic, ensuring our economy stays thriving and that our small businesses, our workers, our residents can get through this, continuing our work in progress on homelessness and housing. We have money to spend from the state that will dedicate to permanent housing, and then continuing to invest in quality of life amenities for our residents like parks. So that's just, some of the issues that we're working on. I'm hoping to hold a town hall listening session for our residents and businesses to hear from people what they want me as mayor and the city council in the next year to focus on.
Pfizer just announced today that it's developed a vaccine for coronavirus. Are you hopeful that by this time next year, will Palm Springs be back to maybe where it was before the pandemic?
Yes, so that's some of the public health work that the city councils are now doing, and so we have to look at shutdowns, and then we also will have to advocate for our community to get the vaccines. I don't know if it'll roll out evenly. We'll need to make sure that it reaches places like Palm Springs, that our residents and workers have access to it. But we are hopeful that through this next year, we'll earn back our tourism economy, our businesses will be able to be open. Riverside County will get it together more in terms of having better numbers and better testing, which we're really focused on.
All right, I'm going to end this with a fun question. The famous Marilyn Monroe statue may be coming back to the city. Your reaction on if you want her back, and if so, where is she going to go?
That is a fun question. So that's in front of City Council this Thursday. So residents can come to the City Council meeting or speak. It's a Zoom meeting, and share their opinion on that. So right now there's a spot for her in our downtown park. That was always planned for. We're considering PS Resorts question to have her on Museum Way, right in the street there by the downtown park, and a few other options. So I think it's up to the residents. She was very popular when she was here. We're hearing from lots of different people on this issue, and we'll hear what our community wants us to do this Thursday.
All right, Christy, we appreciate your time. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.